A man sitting inside his luxury villa in Bangkok was working on his laptop when suddenly he heard a loud crash from outside. Completely unaware that his chilling life was about to come to an end in a few minutes, the man left his laptop there, leaving it open. He ran outside where a girl had crashed her car into the fence of his villa. The police had been waiting for this day for many years. It was the morning of July 5th, thus 2017, in Bangkok, and the person we are talking about is not an ordinary individual. The multi-millionaire used to live the life of a king during the day, and in the evening, he kept his identity hidden for years. He pretended to be a software engineer in his public life, but was actually called the king of the dark web. One small mistake cost him everything: properties, money, wealth, cars, and even his life. But what was that small mistake? And how did the police of 7 countries arrest the world's most wanted dark web king with proof? This was in 2010 when the dark web was slowly rising. The dark web is the second face of the internet world, where every type of illegal work is conducted. From drugs and weapons to contracting target killings, all black market activities take place here. Such activities are often difficult for us to believe even after hearing about them. All such operations occur on the dark web. There is a special reason behind this. People engaging in illegal activities worldwide seek to conceal their identities to evade capture by the police and law enforcement agencies. And this issue seemed to be solved forever on the dark web. Similar to browsing the normal internet before Google, there wasn't much interest in the dark web. However, with the advent of cryptocurrencies, the problem of transferring payment for illegal trades was also resolved because it became impossible for authorities to track cryptocurrency transactions. All the challenges of illegal trading on the dark web had been addressed. The identity of contractors was safe, and payment transfers had become secure. Now, only one thing was needed: a good and reputable platform or dark website. First of all, a dark website named Silk Road was created, which gained a lot of success in this dark world of the internet. It was started in February 2011, and as soon as it was launched, more than 100,000 customers started using it. However, after 2.5 years, the owner of Silk Road was caught, and the website was shut down. But due to the high demand for this business, within a few days, many new dark websites were launched, including Silk Road 2.0, Evolution, and Besa Mafia. If you want to learn more, I have created a series of 2 videos on Besa Mafia that you can watch to properly understand the workings of the dark web. In the case of Silk Road or any other drug-dealing websites, Bitcoins were used on the platform, and after purchasing, these Bitcoins were transferred to the seller after deducting the platform's commission. However, because there was a significant amount of illegal activity occurring, website operators would often ran with all the money from the customers, and this practice is known as exit scams. Since these operators were anonymous and tracing them through the dark web was nearly impossible, in the event of exit scams, drug dealers would simply shift to other platforms. In the initial years of the dark web, numerous scams occurred, including exit scams, platform owners being apprehended, and hacking being quite common. There was a clear need for a reputable and trusted platform. This was the time when in 2014, a dark website named Alphabay was launched on the dark web. No one knew the name of the person who launched it, nor its location. It used to sell its identity under the name of Alpha 02. In the beginning, Alphabay only sold information of stolen credit cards. But later, the sale and purchase of other products also started here, such as money laundering and drugs. However, there were some things that were not allowed to be traded on Alphabay. One was Russian credit card details, and the other was child pornography. Why did Alpha 02 restrict the selling of details of Russian bank accounts? There are 2 reasons often quoted. Perhaps Alpha 02 did not want to confront Russian law enforcement agencies, and secondly, he wanted to show the US law enforcement agencies that he was running this from Russia. Of course, there is no jurisdiction for the US. In the very first year, Alphabay started establishing its foothold on the dark web. Within a single year, 200,000 customers and more than 40,000 sellers started conducting their black business peacefully. By 2017, more than 300,000 people were on Alphabay. Items were listed and sales of around $100,000 occurred every day. Alpha 02, whom no one knew, started earning $100,000 a month from these sales, and within no time, Alpha 02 became the sole king of the dark web world. It had become the largest marketplace on the web, creating its own level of trust between dealers and customers. Amidst all this, law enforcement agencies from all over the world were trying to find out the real identity of AlphaZero-2. But until now, American investigators have failed. They wanted to know the server location of Alpha Bay so that the platform could be shut down by raiding the data center, and perhaps there would be a chance of reaching AlphaZero-2. Normally, knowing the server location of any website where the website is hosted is important. It is not difficult on the surface web, but on the dark web, because it can only be accessed through the Tor browser, which hides the location of the real website behind random servers around the world. This was the reason why it was impossible for American investigators to reach Alpha Bay, hence AlphaZero-2. They started buying drugs by becoming normal users in the hope that if the drug dealer ever made a mistake, they could reach him. But this would only catch the drug dealer, whereas the authorities were looking for the mastermind of Alpha Bay, who was very careful in this matter. He knew all the skills to survive in this dark world. In the last many years, he did not make even the slightest mistake that could give any hint to the authorities. Then in 2017, the authorities got a clue to reach AlphaZero-2. Robert Miller, an officer of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, was sitting in front of the computer searching for AlphaZero-2 when suddenly he received an email. Something was written in this email about AlphaZero-2, and the sender of the email was some unknown person. Now you all must be aware that normally whenever you register on any website, you receive a welcome email. A similar welcome email was received by this person from Alpha Bay when this platform was newly launched in 2014, and this welcome email. The email address from which the email came was pimpalex91@hotmail.com. Although this mistake was later fixed. However, the person who gave the tip had saved this real email address, which he shared over email with DA Officer Robert Miller, who had come, whether he was a competitor of Alpha Bay, a customer, or a drug dealer. It did not matter because now the DA had got the first and most important information about AlphaZero-2, which was a huge success for them. Many social media platforms were signed up using this email, a French social media platform on which Alex was signed up using the same email address, and the investigation team also found Alex's photos from 2008 and 2009, which probably belonged to AlphaZero-2. There was also a dating profile linked to this email address in which Alex had also written the name of his hometown, Trois-Rivières, which is a city in Canada. According to this profile of 2008, at that time he was 17 years old, and perhaps 91 is his year of birth in the email address. Using the same email in 2008, he had also posted on a French technology forum in which his username was AlphaZero-2, while his real name was written at the end of the post, Alexandre Cazès. Authorities had the real name of AlphaZero-2, but where was it? On Alexandra's LinkedIn profile, he had presented himself as a software designer. The biggest clue about his current location was found when the police discovered a Facebook profile of a Thai girl who was apparently his fiancée. The police and FBI reached Thailand, and with the help of Thai authorities, secretly kept an eye on him. He had a villa where he lived with his Thai fiancée, another $3 million mansion outside Bangkok, where he indulged in debauchery, a holiday home in Phuket, and a villa he was going to buy in Cyprus. Agents kept an eye on all his movements. He used to roam around Bangkok, completely unaware that agents from Thailand, America, and Canada were following him. In his daily life, the king of the dark web was a normal person. He used to wake up early in the morning and stay at home almost the whole day. Amidst all this, the authorities started planning to arrest him, but the issue was that if he was arrested like this, it would not be possible to prove in court that this person is the owner of Alpha Bay. That's why the investigation team wanted him to be caught red-handed while he was working on his laptop. Alpha Bay was undoubtedly the biggest marketplace of the dark web, but it also had its competitors. In Europe, a dark website by the name of Hansa was famous, which had troubled European authorities. At the time when the Americans were planning to arrest Alexander, the owner of Alpha Bay, the European investigators got a huge success. They found out the server location of Hansa Market, perhaps with the help of some inside spies. They could shut down the servers of Hansa Market, but they did not want to do this because it would be of no use. Hansa Market would be rerun on new servers. They secretly copied the data of its servers, and after reading the admin's chat, they managed to find out that Hansa Market was owned by a man from Germany. European authorities, along with the German Federal Criminal Police, started efforts to find the owner of Hansa Market. Meanwhile, the FBI told the European authorities that they were going to arrest Alpha 02 and close down Alpha Bay. American and European agencies, including the German authorities, wanted to give a new color to this operation, which was named Operation Bayonet. According to the plan, the European authorities asked the FBI not to arrest Alpha 02 until they reached the owner of Hansa. It was a very smart decision of the agencies not to gain control over the market. Normally, what happens on the dark web is that when one website is closed, the dealers and customers simply shift to another website. Hansa Market was the second big dark website. That's why when Alpha Bay would be closed, all the dealers would shift to Hansa Market, which would already be under the control of European authorities. This would enable thousands of new dealers to be caught. Operation Bayonet was a kind of honey trap. On June 20th, 2017, during the first part of the mission, European authorities raided the data center of Hansa Market in the Netherlands. And at the same time, German authorities raided the German cities of Siegen and Cologne, and their data centers were also captured, but this news was not made public. Hansa Market was now under the control of European authorities, and no one on the dark web was aware of this. On the other hand, the second part of the mission in Bangkok, Alexandre Cazès was arrested. Preparations started as the DA, FBI, and Thai authorities wanted to catch Alexandre red-handed when his laptop and his mobile were open. For this purpose, on the morning of 2017, when a Toyota crashed into the gate of Alexandre's mansion, which was driven by an undercover agent of the FBI. As per the plan, Alexandre ran out with his laptop open and unlocked mobile phone. Suddenly, the police appeared, and they kneeled down Alexandre and arrested him with proof that was recovered from his phone and laptop. After this, all his passwords were copied, his cars, properties, and cryptocurrencies worth millions of dollars were confiscated, but Alexandre was about to die before appearing in court. Only a week had passed since Alexandre was arrested when he himself committed suicide in custody. He took his life by hanging himself from the fan. Just one small mistake took away everything from the king of the dark web and even his life. On the other hand, after the closure of Alpha Bay, as was planned, all the dealers and customers turned to Hansa Market, which was itself captured by the European authorities. Thousands of new dealers were also caught, and a week later, Hansa Market was also closed forever. On the same day, the U.S. Justice Department held an official press conference about this operation and told the media that 2 of the dark web sites are closed permanently. As you see, no matter how clever the criminal is, there is only one mistake, and he can lose everything. So be safe and take care of yourself. Like and subscribe for more interesting videos.